Hey everybody, my name is Jocko Stone. I'm back again. I told y'all I would have some tutorials. So this week we're gonna tackle just some basic color correction. If anybody shoots log footage, I'm just gonna show you some basics of how to grade log footage. There's multiple ways, but I'm just gonna keep it simple so that way, let's say you just working on a quick timeline, you want to get something knocked out really quick. This is how you can do it. So let's jump into Premiere and what we gotta handle. I think that honestly, like, working in log footage can be kind of daunting at first because like we're used to just seeing things colored like in our natural state of being, because most people, like, they don't leave their log footage, although there are a ton of people that do leave their log footage. But it's always good to color it. It gives you a lot of creative freedom in post to play with the shadows, the highlights, and different tones of colors. So I'm just gonna create a new sequence. So you can see here a lot of this I've colored already from my reel. So let's say I'm just going to take a lot of this footage right here, honestly, and color correct a few of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and disable all of the lumetri color so you can kind of see what these images look like flat before I ended up adjusting these, and I'm just gonna go ahead and readjust on the fly. Also, obviously, exposing to the right exposure can also help, but as you can see, first the key you want to do is play with the highlights. Typically you want to bring your highlights up when you're in log and then kill your shadows, and that'll kind of like somewhat balance the image. For me, I shoot Canon. Sometimes you can obviously use the Alexa LUT, but it usually makes it very contrasty for me, so I just go like this. Saturation, like, it's personal preference. I usually like to color mine, so I like very vivid colors, so that's just me. May play with the whites. You see that brings up some of the image. Kind of comfortable there. I'll probably bring down the blacks just a tad bit. Temperature, you can honestly try like the white balance like that. However, I kind of just trust my eye with it. Let's change this down like -4. And then white balance, honestly, like, you can get it right in camera and make it simple, but in post I kind of like to go back and just view it myself just to see what it looks like. I think I'm very contrasty. I'm gonna kill that just a bit, maybe bring my whites up just a bit, and now we're looking at possibly 2 different pictures, like 3 things that you want to remember when you're shooting in log. It automatically kills your highlights and boosts your shadows, and that is why you get this flat turd picture. So the inverse of that, I want to boost my highlights and kill my shadows, and that kind of like gives it that color essentially off rip. Depending on like how colorful you want your image, you add saturation. To me, I like vibrant pictures, so I add a ton of saturation. Kill my blacks just a bit. The blacks control like the blacks that you see. Obviously you could play with the contrast. Contrast brightens your whites and brings your blacks down at the same time. So, but I'm not a ton of fan of overly contrasty photos, but this is a basic correction. Very flat, very vibrant, very colorful. Kill my shadows. See, if I take my shadows off, bring my highlights back. Obviously you could bring saturation in and it kind of somewhat corrects it, but it kind of just brings it to life with adding the shadows and then bringing your highlights back up. But yeah, that's pretty much it.